Okay, for the second part, I am going to have a discussion on mole conversion. I will be focusing on converting mass to mole or mole to mass. As seen on the screen, what do we need when we convert mass to mole or mole to mass? Or shall I say grams to mole to grams? You will need the molar mass. Okay, so we are on this part as of the moment. Okay, so before you're going to jump into working with the calculations, you have to analyze first what is known in the problem and unknown. So is it mass to mole, mole to mass? And come to think that the only thing that you're going to use here is molar mass. Okay, so let's start, or I will give you some examples of this. Here, converting moles and grams. Aluminum is often used for the structure of lightweight bicycle frames. How many grams of aluminum are in 3.00 moles of aluminum? So, my dear 9G, if you notice, our given is in mole, right? Mole. And then you have to change that or convert that to grams. Therefore, put that in your mind that it's mole to grams, grams to moles. You will be using the molar mass. On my previous video, I had given you a discussion on molar mass. I hope you are keeping track with this tutorial. Now, so let's have the molar mass of aluminum, which is taken from the periodic table. We have 1 mole of aluminum is equal to 26.98 grams of aluminum. Again, for uniformity purposes, we will be using 2 decimal points. Okay, but for the final answer, for example, in multiple choice question, okay, all you need to do is to choose which is the closest value to your calculated value. Okay, so from this becomes our conversion factor, which can be written either way, this one or this one. Now, you have to decide which of the two are you going to use. Okay? Which of the two are you going to use? Remember, our focus is to, so given in the problem, we have 3.00 moles. You can recall 3.00 moles. Okay? Of what? Aluminum. Then we need to convert. As what I have said, we will be using from the previous lesson, factor label method is being used here to convert. Okay, 3.00 mole of aluminum. We multiply it to the conversion factor for aluminum. Which do you think will be used? Is it A or B? What's your choice? Okay, if you have answered A, you are correct. So we have 1 mole of aluminum is equal to 26.98 grams of Al. Why? Why A is the preferred, okay, conversion factor setup? It is because you can cancel mole. Mole divided by mole is equal to 1. Therefore, using the calculator, 3 times 26.98, okay, it's 80.94. So 80.94 grams of aluminum. So 3 moles of aluminum is equal to 80.94 grams of aluminum. Okay? I hope this is clear to you. This is converting mole to grams. And then maybe I have an example later of grams to mole. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Now let's proceed to another example. Let's have another example. Okay, here, how many moles of carbon in 26 grams of carbon? Okay, so take note, what do we need? Analyze grams to mole, mole to grams. Therefore, it's molar mass that you will be using. So it is carbon. We will be using the conversion. 1 mole of carbon is equal to 12.01 grams of carbon. Okay? I hope you were able to get that. Again, use your periodic table. Then we have 26 grams. You know, I had written it in a different way, but it's still the same. What do we mean by this? This is multiplication sign. We multiply. What do you mean by this? This means divide. Okay? Is that different from the previous example that I had? No, it's just the same. I just place it in that way. Okay, now we write the given 26 grams of carbon. So as what we had said a while ago, this can be written as 12.01 grams carbon over 1 mole of carbon, or you have 1 mole of carbon over 12.01 grams carbon. So which of the two are you going to use? This is also in the numerator. Grams is in the numerator. Okay, this is the numerator part. This is the denominator. Okay, let me erase that. That is just to review you. Now, 26 grams of carbon, which will you use? A or B? Okay, if you had chosen B, then you are correct. 1 mole of carbon, okay, is equal to 12.01 grams of carbon. We cancel the unwanted unit because that is factor label method. Okay, cancellation of unwanted unit. Grams divided by grams is equal to 1. Thus, 26, so let me have it, 26 divided by 12.01 to be sure, which we will use our calculator. We have 2.16. So give the correct value, 2.16 mole of carbon. Okay? So please do not get confused between these. The goal is to cancel the unwanted unit, to cancel the known unit. Therefore, we put that in the denominator to cancel the known unit to get the what? Unwanted unit, and that is in moles. Okay? Now, that's my example. Second example, I will have my third and last example for mole to mass, mass to mole conversion. Okay. Here is a problem. Let me read. The artificial sweetener aspartame NutraSweet formula C14H18N2O5 is used to sweeten diet foods, coffee, and soft drinks. How many moles of aspartame are present in 225 grams of aspartame? So before you jump into solving problem, analyze the given. The given is in grams. What is unknown? You are asked to convert it to moles. So grams to mole, mole to gram. What will you use? Molar mass. Molar mass. Okay, so let's move on. Let's calculate this one. Now, you need the molar mass of the aspartame. So we have C, let's have the shortcut, 14 moles, and then H18, and then N is equal to 2 atoms there, or 2 moles, and oxygen is 5 moles. So this is in mole, mole, mole. Now, times, okay, 1 mole, and carbon is 12.01 grams, okay? Then times 1 mole, and hydrogen is 1.01 grams. Then times 1 mole, take a look at where do I place the mole to cancel out the unwanted unit. So I have 14.01 grams. And then for oxygen, you have 1 mole and 16.00 grams. Okay, let's do the calculation. 14 times 12.01 is equal to 168.14 grams. Okay, 18 times 1.01, 18.18 grams. Okay, so this is 28.02 grams, and we have 5 times 16, that is 80.00 grams. We get the total, okay, 80 plus 28.02 plus 18.18. I hope you're with me. 1 plus 1, 68.14. Okay, so it's 294.34 grams. 294.34 grams, which means to say 1 mole of aspartame is equal to 294.34 grams. Then I will use this. You have an option to use multiplication sign or division. I will place 225 225 grams of C14, H18, and 205. Then I will put 1 mole here of C14, H18, and 205. And the molar mass is 294.34 grams. Okay? Now, do you see what we will do now with the grams? We cancel out the grams because the other gram is in the denominator. This means division. Grams divided by grams is equal to. Therefore, it's mole. It's in mole, right? 225 divided by 294.34 grams. Therefore, we have 0.76 moles of C14, H18, and 205. Did you get it? Okay. So to end up this part, if it is mole to gram, gram to mole, please use the molar mass. That's all.